Hey everyone, it's Nero here at DApp Center. Today we're going to be talking about some of the EOS DApp. We also can go through some DApps that have some auto betting strategies as well. And when it comes to mining tokens, I'm going to show you some strategies that I use that basically helps make you more money. So before we get into that, though, I do want to bring up we are very, very close to hitting our goal of 1,000 subscribers. If you go to our Twitter account at DApp Center, you'll see there's a series of giveaways that we're doing, and one of them is the big one, $100 giveaway of either TRX, EOS, or Ethereum tokens. We will be doing the raffle and drawing the winner once we hit 1,000 subscribers. I am pretty confident that we are going to achieve that goal within the next couple of days. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe now, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and then find us on Twitter and follow the directions there on how you could enter in. Okay, the first step we're going to be talking about is EarnBet.io. It's one of the top performing dApps on the EOS network. It's got a series of pretty good volume, and it does have some pretty good features as well. The development team is very, very solid. They are one of the original dApps created on EOS, so they've been around for quite a while. If you're familiar with EOS, you'd be you're probably familiar of the CPU issues that are going on with EOS right now, and I know that there's been EOS.io has been working on trying to get those fixed, but in the meantime it's been very, very hard to actually use EOS. So what some of these dApps do, and that's the dApps I'm going to be showing today, is not only do they have in-house accounts that you could create where you're able to use their CPU, so that way you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to just be able to play and make transactions, but these are also going to have auto betting strategies. They have auto bet features where you can implement strategies, which is what I'm going to be going over today. So let's go ahead and go over EarnBet.io. All the links will be posted here on the bottom. So if you do see a site that you like, go ahead and hit that referral link. And then just start wagering, and I would love you forever. Okay, getting to this is Dice on EarnBet.io. So what we're going to do is, obviously, if you're going to be mining, there's this common strategy where you're going to give yourself the best chance of winning, which is, statistically in your favor, as far as having the best odds of winning, and in return getting the tokens that you want, so that way, because the more tokens you gain, the more ownership you get on the platform. That's why it's called a decentralized application, is because the users become the owners of the app. So the more you use it, the more you own, the more benefits you get from it. So going into it, I'm going to show you the auto bet feature, and this is what I really do like. I wish more dApps do have this. So you able to use an auto bet feature, which you're able to program different strategies. There's a few common strategies. Obviously, it's the 96 or the 95% chance of winning. I'm also going to show you the very common martingale strategy, which is basically you're just doubling your bet after every loss, because the odds of you losing over and over again become less and less mathematically, so it is in your favor. And statistically, like, if you have a limitless amount of bankroll, you have 100% chance of winning. But nobody has a limitless amount of bankroll. So statistically, yeah, the chances of you basically wiping out your whole bankroll is possible. It happens, especially when you go in losing streaks of like 10 to 20 in a row. That's usually when people are it wipes out their bankroll. But if you have a limitless amount of bankroll, then it's technically the best advantage. That's also why a lot of these dApps and a lot of just casinos in general have limits on their bets, because they know of this, and they know that technically the having a limit is actually benefiting them, because then people can't continue doubling their bet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just show you this little martingale strategy. Let's see here. So usually, it's obviously safe. I got 75 EOS right now, so I'm gonna put wow. See, they smarten up. So they used to have the minimum bet at 0.05. In fact, I think it is still 0.05 when you do an in-house account. My account right now that I'm using is not in-house. How do you get in-house accounts? It's really easy. You just go to the website, you create an account. You have a password. You could put a two-factor authenticator on it. It's basically an EOS account that you make deposits in. So it's kind of like a centralized version of the dApp itself, but with that centrality that you're getting free CPU. So it has its pros and cons. Looks like they're only going to give me the minimum bet is 0.5, which I don't like that, because it's very risky. Because if you were to do the martingale strategy at 0.5, starting out, it goes to 1 EOS after a loss, and then after 2 losses it goes to 2, after 3 losses it goes to 4, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and just show you this, how to set it up. They do have this little jackpot feature. They do have a jackpot that's worth $11,000 right now. So if you are the lucky winner that gets selected, they do like a random drawing for every time that you do contribute to the jackpot. If you do get selected, you will get whatever that prize is, and that just keeps building and building up. It's just your typical jackpot. This will show your max number of games, what you're trying to go for with your payout, and what you are going to calculate what your odds you want to be, and then what your chance is. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 50-50 martingale strategy, which will give me a payout. It'll double what I bet right evenly. And then on a win, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to reset it. So that means once I win, it's going to go back to the original bet that I started off with. And then on a loss, I'm going to increase the bet. And you're going to want to make sure that you put 100%. 100% means it's going to double the bet. Okay, and then you just hit start auto betting. Now, keep in mind though, this is actually really important too, is use these max losses and max profits. This will definitely help avoid you from wiping out your whole bankroll, because if you go on those losing or winning streaks, it's going to hurt your account really bad, because it could, you lose 10 in a row, it's going to wipe out your account, depending on how much EOS you have. So my max loss, I'm just going to start off with 4. I don't want to lose more than 4 EOS by doing this. So by putting 4 here, it's actually going to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and start rolling this. I'm going to hit start auto betting. At this point, you can basically just walk away. Well, before you do that, you do need to sign the contract. And you could actually set this where it's going to whitelist it. So once you whitelist it and then you check mark all these boxes, you won't have to keep doing this over and over again. Build CPU time is greater than the maximum build CPU for the transaction. Wow, I guess EOS IO did not get the CPU fixed, because I can't play. So if you are running into CPU issues, there are some things that you could do to help alleviate the issue. You could use, bake if staked. So you basically just link your scatter, and you basically they have these paid plans where you can actually purchase with a small amount of EOS, and they'll actually will stake CPU for you. You're just basically renting CPU. This hasn't been working recently, but it was a feature that I was using for a while. I'm going to go ahead and see if it is back working again. Like I said, EOSIO did say that they did fix the issues, but I'm not 100% convinced yet. So at the end of this video, I should have probably brought this up earlier, but we are going to be doing our giveaway on Twitter with the 3 EOS. So if you were to go onto our Twitter account, you would see the giveaway that we have going on Twitter. With the Epic EOS giveaway. We started this from one of our last videos. If you did watch, our last video was the top 10 EOS dApps going into December. Okay, we're back at Bank of Staked. It looks like I am in. I'm going to go ahead and do the free plan. You will get 0.8 EOS CPU for duration of 24 hours. And this is actually going to be 0.12 Bank of Staked. So it's going to cost me 0.1 EOS. In return, I'm going to get 0.8 EOS staked for CPU. Whoa, that's kind of a ripoff. So I'm actually going to go to Nudex. It's a EOS exchange. They actually have CPU that you could rent as well. So I'm going to click CPU on here. Okay, maybe they don't have it anymore. Oh my gosh. They don't have CPU anymore. What is going on with EOS, people? What is going on? Okay, next we're going to talk about another dApp that obviously you won't be able to play if you don't have a crap ton of EOS to get CPU with. It's called xdap.me. This is another dApp that does have in-house accounts, so as long as you create an account, you make a deposit, you're still going to be able to play, but right now you're not going to be able to play on the EOS blockchain because they have no CPU. So talking about XDApp, it is one of the newer dApps built on EOS, and it does have a variety of games. They got Baccarat, they got Big Battle, which I have no idea what that is. They have Bullfights, which is a card game. Red and Black, not really sure what that is. They have another Bullfights. I guess they have 2 versions. One's in beta. They got Dice, Texas Poker, Red Black again, Blackjack, and Big Battle. So obviously I'm just going to click on Dice, and they do have a auto bet feature that you could use strategies as well. So this was another dApp that I like to use to mine tokens, but to also maximize profits. So as you can see here, it is in Chinese. You can change that to English if you go back. I'm not going to go back though, so we'll leave it in Chinese for now. But you basically just click this little button here to open the auto bet. You could actually then plug in your strategies here. After a loss, the bet amount becomes twice the previous one, so it's going to double a bet after every loss, which is a martingale strategy. Or you could, after a loss, triple the bet, which is another type of martingale strategy. A lot more riskier, but definitely more rewarding, especially in the short-term schemes. And yes, of course, if you have a limitless amount of bankroll, this strategy would definitely work. You do have continuous bets, so you can actually just have the bet end after a certain amount of bets, continuous amount of wins or a continuous amount of losses. It's pretty much similar to like EarnBet, but just gives you a little more options. And basically what you're doing is when you're plugging this in, you're pretty much creating like an algorithm. It's like a basic version of artificial intelligence that's going to be doing the work for you. And you're just basically putting in the numbers that you think are going to give you the best outcomes. That's basically how that works. Unfortunately, I do not have any EOS in my account because I did not create an in-house account yet, and obviously I don't have any CPU, so I can't play. What? What? Alright, so the third dApp we're going to talk about is Trust Dice. How did I get on Trust Dice? Well, they are changing their UI, so they are doing a huge update on the UI, so they have a different domain name to use right now. So it's trustdice.win, but you have to put US dot in front of it in order to get to the other Trust Dice website that is basically just their temporary site while they are upgrading and getting a new UI, which if you go to their Telegram channel, I'm not going to be able to show you on this video, but if you do go to their Telegram channel, some of their admin has already posted what the new UI is going to look like, and yes, it looks sexy. So with Trust Dice, as you can see here, you are easily able to create in-house accounts, so that what that means is you're able to play without any CPU. CPU is such a hassle right now with EOS. So I'm going to try to get logged in here. Don't actually have a in-house account, so I could just create one real quick. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys around and tell you why I like Trust Dice. It's one of my favorites. So they do have a welcome bonus, so all new accounts, shoot, I should probably just get into this myself. They do have welcome bonuses of like 100% match up to 3 Bitcoin or 150 Ethereum or up to $30,000 in USDT. What is USDT? It's Tether. What is Tether? It's basically US currency, but it's digital. Oh, not to mention you do get 25 free spins. Alright, let's play some dice. So, they do have some pretty cool auto bet features as well. So you basically just go to auto and you're able to just plug in, your increased bet amount that you want on a loss, or you could do it on a win. This is how you take advantage of streaks. That's what martingale strategy is all about. And then you have a stop auto, which I strongly recommend to use. That way you don't go broke, because you will eventually lose, 10 or 15 in a row. And if you don't have the bankroll to handle it, you're going to be wiped out. What I do also like about Trust Dice is that it actually shows like stats. This is similar to like Rocket Game on Tron Network. So it does show like people's profits of what they've made like within the last 24 hours and then in the past week. So this RLQ Jad guy placed 160 bets and he's at 0.03 Bitcoin profit. And then as you can see here, we are looking at the past week. As you can see, this RLQ Jad guy is killing it in the last day because his past 24 hours is 0.03 profit in Bitcoin, and it is also that for the past week. So he probably just started playing. So what is going on with this CPU? What? Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed our video of me complaining about the CPU issues that is going on EOS, and I do really assure that they get this fixed because it sucks. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway. Let's go ahead and do the three EOS giveaway to one lucky winner, even though they're not going to be able to use it or transact it because the network sucks right now. Okay, we are now drawing our lucky winner for the EOS giveaway, and our winner is Danny1811. Congratulations, you are a lucky winner, and we will be PMing you asking for your EOS address, and we are going to give you 3 lovely EOS tokens put Nestle safely in your EOS account. Thank you guys very much for tuning in and watching this lovely video of me complaining about EOS network and how CPU issues are a problem. Also, I hope you did learn a few things about the auto bet features and some of these EOS dApps that do work. And like I said, this problem is no issue at all as long as you create an in-house account on these dApps. Thank you guys for tuning in and have a lovely